Hi, welcome to Algebra 2, Lesson 1-7, Solving Linear Systems Using Matrices. In this lesson, we'll be able to solve system of equations using matrices. So the vocabulary that you need is reduced row echelon form. We'll look at that later in detail. Let's start with critique and explain. Alejandro and Eman each set up an augmented matrix to represent a system of equations. So in the last lesson, 1-6, we looked at augmented matrix. What is augmented matrix? Yeah, it looks like this, right? So you have a bracket, and then you have a dotted line. That dotted line represents equal sign, right? So each row represents one equation. So what if you have two columns on the left side of the line here? That means you have two variables, right? So this is probably x and y equals to a constant. So we went over how to convert standard form of linear equation to the matrix, right? Augmented matrix. So the augmented matrix should represent system of equations. So let's write a system of equations that represents each student's matrix. So we have Alejandro's matrix and Eman's matrix. Let's write that into systems of equation. So 3x plus 4y is equal to 2.75. And 4x plus 4y is equal to 3.00. And then Iman's would be 3x plus 3y equals 2.25. 3x plus 4y equals 2.75. So this is part A. So part B, how are Alejandro's and Iman's matrices alike? How are they different? What do you find the similarities? What kind of similarities do we have? So compare the equations here. We have 3x plus 4y, 3x plus 3y. We have 3x plus 4y here, 2.75. Oh, they're the same. You see that? So we can easily find that one row of Alejandro's will be the same as Iman's, right? So the first equation for Alejandro is the same as the second equation for Iman. That is something that's similar, right? One row is the same in both matrices, but the position is switched. And then if you compare the other rows, they're not the same. So that could be our difference. Let's write that down. Part B, one row. I'm gonna use the blue color or the red color. One row is the same in both matrices. But its position is switched. The other rows are not the same. So this is part B. Okay, let's look at part C. Simplify the equation in each system in which the coefficients for x and y are the same. How does this change your understanding of the two systems of equations? Let's simplify our matrices or the system of equations. So there are multiple ways you can simplify, but what should we do? We could multiply the second row in the first system by 3 over 4. And then, yeah, and then we can maybe get closer to the other equation here, right? So let's multiply 4x plus 4y equals 3 by 3 multiply by 3 over 4, right? And then you will get something like 3x plus 3y equals 2.25, right? So now we compare Alejandro's system of equations to Eman's. We see that both of the equations are the same. They just have different positions. So yes, this changes our understanding of the two systems of equations, right? So when we multiply the second row in the first system by 3 over 4, it seems like I'm gonna move this here. It seems like the systems are equivalent. Okay, there we go. All right, so in this lesson, we'll think about this essential question. How can matrix row operations be used to solve a system of linear equations?